How is everybody doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing fine.
I'm here. Been busy. Constantly busy.
Oh, I can relate to that feeling.
I haven't been busy enough lately.
Well, you need to get busier.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been pretty non-stop for a while now. It doesn't look like it's going to be changing anytime soon. I'd rather have a lot to do than
What have you been up to?
We have the current Kickstarter going on, and on top of that, we have about 5 series in active production, with the 6th I'm ready to do. I just got to figure out who, what, when, and why. All of that has taken up most of my time. Still shipping out the last few things from Succubus number 2. With the state of the world right now, it took a little bit longer to get some of the materials than we thought it would take. But there's only like maybe 30 packages left. Those will be done by the end of this coming week, which will be very happy to have that finally done.
Nice.
It's an amazing feeling when you get back, but then there's that when all the materials arrive and you're like, okay, this is a lot of work. And it's enjoyable, but then when it's done, it's like this massive weight. You're like, oh, it's done for like 2 weeks, and I get to do it again. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
I just framed some of your prints from Succubus.
Oh, thank you.
That I'm going to be hanging up in my little studio.
That is currently our flagship series, our most popular one.
I'm trying to hang up. Yeah.
I like the mushroom lake.
So, you can't get that whole setup right now because it's still under construction. Like, this whole desk is made from scratch pretty much. I got a mushroom plate. Above that, I got an eggplant. And in front of me, I have a banana, a pair of lips, and a sexy girl.
Rather phallical imagery.
So, yeah.
Oh, I'm opposed to that. That is
all going to be decked out. And then I got like framed artwork from like prints and stuff that I got from campaigns of sexy girls and everything.
Kickstarter can be a good place for those things. It can also be a good place for non-sexy stuff. I don't know how I feel about Boom Studios and the like being on there yet. I don't think I like it, but at the same time, I can't say no either, so I haven't figured out how to feel. Like, Power Rangers has made $300,000. Wow, I'm surprised. I'm absolutely shocked that would make so much money on Kickstarter. Huh.
Did you guys see the new Power Rangers that's on Netflix?
I heard about it and I saw the trailer. I mean, I feel like I outgrew Power Rangers a while back, and I'm really getting tired of soft reboots. It's like enough already. Like, let's get some new things going.
I'm with you on that. The problem there becomes that if you are a major investor or corporate executive, do you want to take a gamble on a new thing that may not make any money? Or do you want to repackage nostalgia that's guaranteed to make back at least what you spend on it?
Yeah.
I hate to say that.
This new one is horrible.
It's bad?
Oh, yeah. It's horrible.
It's weird now that we're starting to see anime enter that reboot phase now. We're seeing old series come back like Trigun and Rurouni Kenshin. And I'm sitting here like, no, why? You have so many coming out. Just make new ones. I've seen these. I love these. They're great like they are. But
I think people are bored.
maybe that's a good thing for people like us, though. Maybe what will happen is that people, and maybe what we are seeing happening, some of my friends who do Kickstarters, I'm seeing their campaigns do much better recently. And I'm wondering if maybe that's in part because the mainstream audience is starting to get tired of having repackaged nostalgia sold to them. So as a response, they're looking for more independent, more creative, or maybe risk-taking creators instead. Maybe we'll get lucky off of that.
That would be
Or
a
we can
good
find a
thing.
way to use it to our advantage.
That too.
I mean, I
So
can
you guys
think of
both have campaigns for me.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Oh no,
Finish
I
what you were
was
saying
actually
first. Sorry,
gonna,
I'm getting lag.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I was literally just gonna segue right into that. I was like, well, I can think of a couple of new series that are coming out. Hint, hint.
And Fuse is pulled up to do his first. You ready?
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
So you're controlling.
In the 31st century, humanity has begun colonizing into outer space. History is very much repeating itself as the nations of Earth are all at each other's throats, competing over territory and resources. It's a chaotic colonial era, and with that, it has given birth to a new boom in crime, particularly piracy. It's very much a new golden age of piracy. So with that, we've had a bunch of wars. It's a very, very chaotic time period. And in the midst of all that is our main character, Cyrus Lawson. This guy right here. Cyrus is about 18 years old. He's had a rough upbringing, and he's just kind of trying to live a simple life away from it all. But he's still a very heroically minded person, so he joins the colony guard of a small, insignificant, out-of-the-way colony called Therese. He's not anticipating a heck of a lot of trouble. But unfortunately, right at the get-go of issue 1, that dream is ripped right from under him as the pirates of the ship known as Hazard invade his settlement looking for a special piece of data which is leading to a treasure that everybody's got their eyes on. So it is a rat race in the making. Push comes to shove, without giving much of issue 1 away, I can tell you that Cyrus is kidnapped by the pirates. And so, beginning in issue 2 here, Cyrus is now learning to live in the underworld of the 31st century, and he's confronting his very black and white sense of morality as things aren't quite as simple as he thought. So yeah, that's my feel.
Are you familiar with an anime or a manga called Outlaw Star?
Yes. And I was a big fan of Outlaw Star back in the day. But I promise this was, like, when I came up with the name for this comic, I was not thinking about Outlaw Star at all. I was honestly just trying to think of a really cool name that set the tone. And it just so happened to have the word outlaw in it.
Well, it was that, and then the storyline, like, this is very Outlaw Star-esque, which is not a bad thing. Outlaw Star is my favorite of all time, and what inspired me to do what I do. So that is, to say anything that reminds me of Outlaw Star is a huge compliment. I think that's one of the best, like, stories ever.
Oh, definitely.
Not bad, maybe not best written, but it's fun. And what is the purpose of
I really liked
it, if not fun?
My favorite thing about Outlaw Star was how it made space travel seem more like, it didn't feel the way you get the feeling you get from things like Star Trek, where it's like everything's very uniform and everybody's like all sleek and futuristic. It's like it felt more gritty and down to earth. And I think my favorite part of that series was just the fact that there were episodes in between where they're literally just like, okay, we gotta stop to get gas. We're running low on fuel. Oh crap, we don't have enough money. We gotta get jobs. You know, like that was my favorite part of that series. I really didn't like the way they handled space pirates in that series. They made them like really
demonized.
mystical. Yeah, they made them like they were like practiced magic and stuff, and I'm like, why do all that? Like, they're pirates.
Yeah, man, you're gonna hate when my stuff comes up because my stuff is literally that. It's demonized pirates of magic. Oh man, that's the entire book I have out right now.
It's like I blended the idea of like the outlaw and the pirate in this story, where it's like, you know, pirates aren't all. Yeah, like there are definitely bad pirates in this story. Like this guy right here. This is a guy who goes by the name Taurus, and he's sort of the foil for our pirate captain named Ivory, because Ivory is very much he's a sly fox. He's the he's the kind of pirate that, you know, he'll trick his way out of things. He drinks a lot, and he's very charismatic. Taurus is very much what you expect from a stereotype from a pirate, where he is on all kinds of speed drugs, and he does not like to be told no ever. You will lose a limb if you tell him what he doesn't want to hear. And yeah, he rules with an iron fist. And he's got his eyes on this treasure as well. So he is competition in the making. He's only really introduced in this issue. He's not explored. But we're setting him up as a future antagonist. Because I'm hoping that this series is going to be somewhere around 8 issues, maybe even like 10. So we're just getting started. And this is our villain for this issue. This is a pirate hunter who works for the British military, who goes by the name Wellington. And as you can see, he is very much machine at this point. He's had a lot of his body replaced with robotics. And it's made him very unhinged. As this cover will show you.
He looks cool.
Yeah, this cover is one of my it's
cool.
one of my favorite images. This cover was done by Jay Krager, and I loved the image right away. I decided to make it. I had him just do a few promo images. I was gonna like kind of choose a cover from that, and when I saw this image, I was like, "This is it," because I was like, that psychotic look on his face says it all.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So how many days do you have left?
We have got 39. And yeah, we've been kind of stuck here at the quarter mark for a few days now, and I'm hoping we can push past that. Cause yeah, I launched this I launched this campaign back late last year, and the problem is I chose the worst time to launch a campaign. I launched like right before Christmas. I was overconfident, and needless to say, with that and the fact that Indiegogo shadow banned us, we did not make our goal last time around. So this is our second try, and I'm hoping we can do it this time around. If by some bizarre reason we don't make it this time around, I'm gonna relaunch again. Because it's too good of a story for me to just drop it, and I'm too stubborn for that.
If I can't, why did you get shadow banned?
I don't know. Like, the thing about it is, like, Indiegogo has been shadow banning a ton of comics projects lately. And I keep hearing a couple of different things. Like, some people think it's, like, weird politics. Some people, though, I think more people I've talked to believe that the issue is that Indiegogo's trying to veer away from art and comics. They're trying to focus more on funding, like, new technologies. So they're just they're trying to discourage comics from launching on their site, which I think is kind of smarmy, but, you know, they're going to do what they want to do.
Wasn't Indiegogo kind of originally more like a filmmaker's platform?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I think so, but, like, comics started booming on it about 3 or 4 years ago. And, like, it's been very popular for comics, but
Kickstarter was when everyone went for everything else.
Yeah.
The thing is, from seeing both of them, and Kickstarter's not paying me. They should be, but I guess they kind of are. Indiegogo tends to be nicer to the creator, but Kickstarter is way nicer to the backer, and the backer is ultimately our lifeblood. So I know that Kickstarter has the biggest media presence and is the most well-known. I haven't used Indiegogo, but I wasn't aware they were having any issues with comic creators over there. That's weird. Both Indiegogo and Kickstarter have rules that they clearly don't actually follow, but or they follow loosely. But
yeah,
when I say those rules, I mean like what content they allow. Like there are certain things that say you can't have this kind of content, but I see that stuff on here all the time. But I think it might be in reference to live action, or it may have a different definition of what constitutes what they're talking about. Indiegogo was nice to deal with. That's surprising.
Yeah. I mean, well, the issues with Indiegogo have been super recent. It started, like, just last year that people were having trouble with it. So I don't want to deal with all that, so I decided to give Kickstarter a shot. I've never launched on Kickstarter before, so this is all new territory.
Kickstarter has its own, I would call it subculture.
It's not that bad.
Certain behavior. What was that, Lola? I'm sorry.
Oh, I said Kickstarter's not that bad. That's where I originally launched Lore at. And I did okay. Not knowing what I was doing.
Nice. But yeah, we got a ton of fun on this campaign. I really like the thing I like about Kickstarter a lot. I love this feature with the add-ons. How I basically was able to. I created this reward, which is basically your basic, like, it has nothing in it, and the idea is, like, you basically put together your own package, because all the products are listed out as add-ons. So I really like that aspect. And then I got the digital tier here, which, you know, obviously it doesn't include shipping. And we got physical and digital for issue 2, and if you want to, you can add on issue 1. But most people, I think, really enjoy this, the 2-for-1 special. I had about 30 issues of issue 1 left over from the last campaign, because I over-ordered on purpose. So, I decided to offer those as part of this 2-for-1 special. So basically, you're going to get both issues for the price of just one. And both physical and digital. And yeah, it was limited to about 30, and now we've only got 9 left. So it's been selling like hotcakes. So get in on that while you can. And for overseas folks, basically, I've noticed that, like, because of how high the shipping costs are and everything, a lot of folks in other countries will kind of pool together in order to get like a bunch of issues for, mailed in just one package together. So I decided to kind of make it easier for them and offer them their own specific bundle. And we got the retailer bundle, of course, which is 10 issues of both. And so somebody's already jumped on that, so I'm really happy about that. And yeah, it's a fun, sexy ride, and we've already got all the line art.
Do you have any stretch goals or anything?
Not just yet. I've been working with a couple of chibi artists, and my hope is that we're probably gonna try to add on some like chibi stickers as a possible stretch goal, and I'm thinking possibly about doing issue 3 as a stretch goal, but that would be like if we could like double what we make. Yeah. And these are the 3 posters available as add-ons. I know most people really like this one of Code. Code is a pirate on the ship, and yeah.
That one's really cool. That's my favorite.
Yeah, this was done by Brian Lobdell, and this one was actually done for issue 1, but it was limited in that, like, it was only available for folks who were on the email list, and I just really liked the image so much. I was like, I wanted to offer it as part of the main campaign this time around. And yeah, y'all are gonna want some Outlaw Nights in your life. I'm quite proud of it.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Well, thank you. I wish I could take credit for the art, but that's all my artists. I'm just the writer.
Nothing wrong with being a writer. That's what I do.
No.
Yeah,
Horrible people. You're real. They're just bad people.
And Isaac, aren't you a writer too?
That's what I'm saying, Matt. Of course. Well, the only thing I don't do in the company is the art. Well, I'm the letterer now, so there's that. But I don't do any actual artwork.
Nice. Because I've hired a letterer because I can't even letter.
Yeah.
Well, traditionally we had our artists do it when they finish the page, but now it's because of this being my actual job. I was like, well, I can take that time off their hands and have them just speed up the actual production. So if I can,
that's really awesome.
If I can speed them up, then I will. If I can help them out. Well, yeah, I can take this burden off you guys' backs, and I'll do it. But that does require, though, one of my leads has to teach me how to do it. And as she quickly learned, I am not good with graphic software at all. But we got it.
Lordy. But yeah, I can think of 2 good reasons that you'd want to get this poster, I had to, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So now.
I'm also a big fan of this poster. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that one's cool.
Dang, you type fast.
Oh crap, I didn't hear one thing, I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Like, I apologize. I have a mechanical keyboard and it is outlandishly loud. On top of that, I type very hard. And
no, I was I was impressed by how fast you were typing.
If I get going, I can do about 107 to 112 a minute. But I gotta be like in the zone to do that. My average is like 92. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. My fault entirely, everyone.
Oh, no worries. I mean, I've pretty much, I've pretty much given the...
My keyboard at home sounds the same way.
Well, my problem is if I'm awake, I'm always working. So even if I'm in an interview, I have messages coming in and questions being asked, art being worked on, I have to talk about. Okay, so like I always feel so rude when I'm doing this stuff, but I look up to the spot of that. And I feel worse. I forgot to mute the microphone. I'm sorry. This keyboard is ear-shatteringly loud.
Well, Ivory here approves. Ivory is the captain, and he's probably my favorite character.
I'll load the as campaign real quick.
Surely.
It's giving me the spin wheel.
Kickstarter's also been having some technical issues lately. I don't know what happened. When we first launched our campaign, we weren't getting we couldn't find messages that were coming to us. It wouldn't update us. We weren't getting emails about it. Nothing. People would say, "Well, I messaged you a question." No, you didn't. And we had to basically go through like 2 different sets of search criteria to get the inbox to show the message we were receiving. And then the other day, the Kickstarter wouldn't load up at all. It just the whole website wouldn't come up. They've been having some difficulties, I think.
Oh, lordy.
I mean, come on, they're a multi-million-dollar company. You can't expect them to have working servers. What's wrong with you?
Hey.
I say that, but rarely do I run into issues with their platform. This is the first time I've ever had it happen. The add-ons thing is great that they added that now. Back in the day, what we had to do was we had to tell backers, hey, if you see something you want to add on to it, you can send us a message, and you can pledge extra for it, and we'll make a note for that. So that made shipping an absolute nightmare, because now you had about 100+ special messages you had to sort through and figure out who asked for what exactly. And now, thankfully, it's tracked via the end system of Kickstarter, which is much easier to deal with. The previous system was not desirable. Oh, I know that girl.
Oh my.
She works for me.
There we go.
Super light.
So you have 4 days left.
Yes, ma'am. We're on our final 4 days. Everything that's going to be unleashed is unleashed, minus the last stretch goal, which remains, and it's not that far off. The last stretch goal is actually something not sexy, but it's super cute and the highest quality item and most expensive item we've ever added as a stretch goal item. So we'll see how that does. Other than that, the other stretch goals are already met and unlocked, with that one remaining. This Kickstarter is a bit different than how we normally do things. This campaign covers 2 comic books, though the first book is Pure Intent number 2, which, like this gentleman's work, takes place in space. It takes place in the same universe as my Cremisi series, but this one follows a group of young children who are enslaved by a brutal clan of pirates and forced to kill each other for sport, entertainment, and gambling purposes. And the kids decide they don't like that very much.
Right.
And the lead child dreams of saving not only the fellow children, but the universe as a whole, kind of those big aspirations, real desire to do good. And though his intentions are pure, you know what they say about pure intentions. Issue 2 picks up about 5 minutes after issue 1 left off, and sees our kids trying to make their escape from the pirate base. But at the end of the day, these are children against a hardened organization of professionals, criminals, and space pirates. So it doesn't go very well. This is the most violent and darkest book I have done to date, up until Kamisi 5 comes out next this year. It was so violent that it was the first book I've ever had to have my artist pull a panel out of. It's like, it looks great, but you have to cut this. This will not go well. That book, though Pure Intent does not have a lot of sexual content inside of it. There are covers that have some nudity on it. Personally, I love the Spy X Family cosplay cover there. I think it's hilarious and cute, and I do like cute things. It doesn't always have to be topless ladies, so we do enjoy that as well. And if you do, we've got plenty of that. That book comes coupled with a book that is 18 plus only. Pure Intent, you probably go through for 14 plus. There's just some language and some violence, but it's not anything too extreme. The book that comes with this, though, is Mistress Izumi's Adult Lessons. Izumi Fox is my personal mascot and handles my customer service on our Discord, and she handles on our social media. As a result, she's been asking to do her own book for a while. Her taste is much lewder than what I normally would allow. I finally agreed to let her do this book on the condition that, well, one, I'm co-writing and editing it, and two, that penetration not occur. We don't allow actual pornography. The nudity is done for humor or grab attention, not necessarily just fat material, though if you want to use it for that, you're certainly welcome to. I'm not your boss. Do what you want to do. That image, if I can say this without crying for the first time, this campaign is dedicated to Kitsune Windsor, who she was a very close friend of mine and fellow comic creator. She was the author of the Foxy and Wolfie series. It was only a couple of months ago she lost her lifelong battle with muscular dystrophy. She's what people helped get me where I am today. A lot of the artists I worked with came from her. So this campaign, and every campaign this year, will be dedicated to her memory. To speak how highly I thought of Kitsu, she is the only person I have ever allowed to have any of my characters show up in any of her work, in someone else's work, where she gave permission to use a few of hers, which will be shown in a new upcoming series as side characters try to keep her memory and her ideas alive. We love you, Kitsu. Miss you. Sorry for that. Mistress Izumi, yes. That book is called Adult Lessons, and the idea is what I have learned in my time as an adult, if I could even be counted as one, I use that term quite loosely, is that people our age, our generation, apparently our parents didn't teach us anything. A lot of people didn't do that. So what I'm trying to do is teach people some skills that would be useful for an adult to know, while allowing a lascivious fox girl and her lewd friends to teach those lessons. So lesson number 1 is about budgeting, and what it teaches is how a very simple, very basic budgeting idea on how to be able to get things you may need or budget for a rainy day. That book is extremely lewd. It is the lewdest I will allow. 18 plus, it's only about 10 internal pages, so 12 in all, including front and back cover. A couple of special versions of it are out. And because it has done so well, we will see another Mistress Izumi lesson number 2. I'm actually editing it by the end of this weekend, and the artist will start off this week. Pure Intent number 2 is the second book in the Pure Intent series, and we will get Pure Intent number 3 next year. If you have read the Kamisi series or you're familiar with it, this book contains a pivotal event for both series, and I can't say why or who, but I can say it'll be a really good shock if you've read Kamisi to see what happens in Pure Intent number 2. This campaign is a little special in that we debuted Benedita, who is my new shipping manager. She is why I can ship out packages and books so fast now. She is fantastic. Her mascot representation is a buff bunny girl, because who better to handle your package than a buff bunny girl? She'll be helping out with that. She has her debut covers on this run. We are also previewing an upcoming series, what I intend to become our next flagship series, a book called The Manticore, or C-O-R-P-S, like Marine Corps. It is in the same vein as Succubusted, and it's an edgy comedy, but it's a World War I high fantasy where much of the trope of there was an explosion and for whatever reason only my top or clothing was destroyed in the blast. A little bit of that, but at the same time the book will also kind of explore some serious themes and ideas, but it focuses on a squad of mixed species characters, a human solar mage, a dark elf archer, an Oni as our tank, and a demi-human as our healer, following D&D kind of rules with a World War I-esque high fantasy spin. It's been really fun. That book's being led by Ali Bazan, who used to work for Riot Southeast Asia's department, as well as doing art stuff for them. And the fun thing for that book is that Eric Braw, who is the voice of League of Legends Draven, Jax, and Vel'Koz, is physically in issue 0. So I have now a guy who actually drew stuff for League of Legends, and now a voice actor from League of Legends are in this one comic. So that'd be really fun to show that off and have fun with that. And Mr. Braw's a fantastic fellow, so it's going to be really fun. On this campaign, as you're seeing, we have all the add-ons. We usually put add-ons about 2 covers from previous books. If you want the other ones, you can find them on our website, foxycomics.com, with 2 X's, not 3, because it's not that kind of site, but it is kind of close, so things are still censored. We have all of our other series. Foxy Vacations is coming back again. I don't know when yet, but it will be. That's the preview of the Manticore. You can add it on for only $4, and there's other tiers that come with it, because it's really, we just want people to see this series. We want you guys to check it out. We want to hear your thoughts on it. We want you guys to enjoy it. That's just the first quote-unquote chapter, so the first character's introduction, about 4 pages long. It's uncolored in that preview version, but you are still getting to see the story and the kind of antics and characters you'll be encountering in this universe, where you're going to quickly ask yourself, how did these people qualify to be in the military in the first place, let alone being assigned to a special task unit? And this will answer that question in rather comical fashion. We are doing patches this time. We have the tactical covers for Brooke. Every campaign this year will have one of our mascots on a tactical cover, and there will be patches of those covers. They're being done by Lena Dye. She is an amazing artist. She did the cover of Tactical Brooke Astro right there, our company mascot, because our company creates comics that are a combination of Eastern and Western styles. Well, what's Eastern? Ears and tails. What's American? A raccoon. So our company mascot is the raccoon girl. You can see her also over here. As well as, do I have, oh, I don't, well, I can hold it like this to show more of what Brooke looks like. But you have a naughty and nice version of the patch. And we're going to do more of those as this year continues. Every campaign this year will have a tactical mascot cover and a tactical mascot patch. Probably 1 or 2 next year will have it as well, but we'll see. Izumi's Dakimakura came back out of the vault. We have a few of that available, not many. I guess there's 5 of them. I'm not sure how many taken yet or not. Kickstarter does this really annoying thing now, which they're going in the right direction, and I appreciate them. If you're the creator, you can see that add-ons are getting picked up by individual backers, but it doesn't show you the number of add-ons that have actually been grabbed. So I don't know what add-ons numbers are until a campaign is over, or until BackerKit. We'll go to BackerKit after this for about 2 weeks for a pre-order store. BackerKit will pick all that up, and I can pull the information from there, which is a fantastic tool. BackerKit, if those of you out there looking into that, it's definitely frustrating for your first time using it. First couple times using it are incredibly frustrating and sometimes infuriating. But to their credit, I will give them, they have probably some of the best customer service I've ever seen. Where like their agents will just straight up set up a time and video you and show you how to do things, or send you videos on your stuff and show you what you need to go to do things. And it's super helpful, but also, more importantly, enhances our ability to make sure the backers are getting what they want quickly and efficiently and cost effectively. And ultimately what we're about is selling people happiness, making your day better, making your life a little bit better. Maybe what makes your day better or helps you is a story of someone overcoming PTSD, or maybe it's just demon butts in the air. Whatever that might be, we have things to try to do that. Comics should be fun. Why do we have to make it this serious, edgy, dark, fight about it? Let's just have fun. I miss the days of Batman, Joker's got a bomb downtown, now you have to beat him in the surf competition. Why can't we do that again? Let it be fun. And that's our entire mentality. If it's not fun, why make it? We won't do it this time, but we do a series of what we call backer choice covers.
What's going on in this campaign?
Yes, there's a lot, and there will be a lot on every campaign this year. That's just kind of how our operation works. We always try to offer as much as we can to backers. I will say when you buy things off of Kickstarter versus the website, they tend to be cheaper on the Kickstarter. And we also take backer requests. All of those, I did not have those originally as digital versions of every book available on this campaign. We got a lot of requests for it, and of course if backers ask for it, we'll make it happen if it's within our power. Brooke, she actually, the raccoon girl, she actually handles all of our customer service on Kickstarter and backer support. If she doesn't know how to handle it, or somebody asks for an item, she'll contact me. I'll get that item made and added in, and then she'll do an update and everybody knows it's available. We always want to make sure that backers can get exactly what they want, customized the way they want it. Almost like a McDonald's, our ice cream machine actually works. By ice cream machine, I mean succubus girls.
Same thing, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting creamed either way, so what does it matter? That's who our current team is. There is a lot of, that's not even everybody, but that's as of this time, but that's most of our team. And then those are our stretch goals. Every backer is getting quite a few things. The only thing that's not set in stone is we do have one that is whatever the most popular cover is of this campaign. We will then make it an art print, and every physical tier backer will get it. All backers, including digital, will receive that item also as a mobile wallpaper. So after a campaign, it's this funny thing when you make Kickstarters, like, oh, I made the book, that's all the work. No, the Kickstarter page takes about a month to make that. That's all the work. No. Then the backer kit, no, that's not all the work yet. There's still more. You still have to add, still have to create more things. And it's a never-ending battle, but it's one of those battles that's just fun the entire time. Like smacking your sister with a Nerf sword. Just a good. You're winning the fight. It's fun.
I see you listed all of the where you can find your Instagram, book, all that good stuff.
We have our official Discord server. That's done really well. Discord server members sometimes get free perks and free items, usually in the form of digital items. Izumi handles managing that for me. I rarely, if ever, pop into it. My reason being that I think as the person who creates everything, I'm too close to the work to be able to have a fully subjective conversation about it with just anybody. But like, let somebody whose customer service skills and ability to remain neutral and calm are far superior to my own. So Izumi and Brooke tend to handle all that for me. Benedita may in the future start doing some support stuff, but right now she's just helping pack and ship everything out. There are 4 days left. Not many. We have a lot of exclusives.
You got a good team behind you. Yeah. I don't need to talk to you. Oh, go ahead.
You're fine. I think the lag's gone.
I was gonna say you're a very busy person, but you got a good team behind you, because that's who I talk to. I only talk to you when you're on stream with me.
That's about right. There's an ongoing joke that nobody talks to Issac Fox, with a side joke being that he doesn't actually exist. Well, I guess because part of that is because, like you just said, my time, I'm always busy. There's always a book that needs written, or edits to be done, or art to reviewed, or book packages to get sent out, customer orders that come in from the website. There's always something that's done. And personally, I like it. I haven't taken a day off now in 4 years, and I'm looking to make that 5 and continue that. Because ultimately, if I can get these comics in people's hands and make them happy and make my backers just a little bit happier in their days, or help them out in any way, what more can I possibly ask out of life than to do that? And I'm deeply appreciative to the, right now, 337 people who are making that happen. If you guys ever happen to see this, thank you. I love you. And I will do everything in my power to continue giving you guys exactly what I promised and more.
Yeah, I mean, I've got stuff from you before, and everything is great. I have no complaints.
Yeah, well, so we got very lucky. I got lucky that someone I know got a job for somebody really big in comics, and he taught me how to handle shipping, distribution, all that kind of stuff. And from there, we almost never get anything damaged. Very rare that that happens. The only place that's scary to send to now is overseas, because of we use USPS because it's the most cost-effective shipping option, and we don't want to gouge our backers on shipping. We don't believe in that. But when it goes overseas, USPS loses power, and we kind of don't know what's going to happen from there. But I'm happy to say that overseas shipping has gone really well for us. The only thing I ever remind, especially overseas backers, is to please put your real name on the package, not because we are tracking your information. We don't keep information like that. We have an email, and that's the most we ever even look at. But because I've learned that apparently if a package goes to foreign shipping offices, they look at it and check the address versus the name of the person they have on record. And if the names don't match, they send it back to us.
Yeah.
So if your name is...
I've had...
go ahead.
I was just going to say, I've had only one problem shipping overseas, and I was with customs. They actually stole my package.
Ooh.
So I had to resend the package out.
I had it one time. There was somebody in Germany who, like, okay, the post office knows who John Smith is, but they don't know who Dragon Slayer 42069 is. So when you put that on your label, and that's what we're not proofreading your labels. We're not checking your addresses. We throw it into Shippo, and that tells us this address is this or doesn't, and from there it goes. And if you do that, I'm like, well, it's been shipping again.
Yep.
I kind of told you what was going to happen, man, and that's like $25 minimum ship to Germany. Sorry. For an 8-ounce package.
Dang.
Yeah, it's not the most fun thing, but at the same time, we also don't raise shipping prices too high on that either, because we're not trying to nickel and dime people. I know a couple other creators, big name guys, who've had that problem, where people are trying to nickel and dime backers now, because Kickstarter is becoming more prevalent. So now we're starting to see the less ingenuous folks show up. And I will openly say that myself and some other creators are petitioning Kickstarter to ban AI art on the platform, and I hope they do. Get rid of it. If you have an AI art project, go away.
Yeah.
Pay an artist. Put food on somebody's table.
Yeah, I've heard about that being a problem.
I've only seen 1 or 2 campaigns actively using it. I think in part because the scrutiny is going to be so high. But I'm hoping it doesn't become more prevalent. Kickstarter says they're monitoring the situation and taking it into account, but what that actually means I don't know. But I'm not going to point a finger at them either, because I haven't had any problems with them as an organization. This is not beer, by the way, it's tea, just so we're clear.
I was worried.
I don't drink, so it's water and tea. About the only things I drink anymore.
Staying healthy.
Trying. Part of the reason why Astral Ticket is now my full-time job is because I was essentially working 2 full-time jobs, and my doctor told me, look, you're burning your candle on both ends and your health is starting to decline. You need to pick one. Oh, I'm dying. Okay. I need to change this. Turns out not only sleeping 4 hours a night, eating once a day, and working 2 full-time jobs is actually super detrimental to your health. Who would have thought?
Yeah, right. I mean, I do all this. I'm at school after I got my bachelor's degree, so now I'm in my master's program.
Well, congratulations.
So yeah.
You have more patience than I do.
I don't have any patience.
My original major in college was cardiac surgery, and after about 6 months in college, I went, I am not doing this for 8+ years. I hate this. Please show me a different department immediately. So anybody who can stomach going through college that long, my hat's off to you, because oh my goodness. If you gave me a choice right now between going back to college, which I did graduate and everything, I have degrees, but if you said go back to college or face a firing squad, I will load their rifles for them. You shoot me. There's no point, Cole. I don't want to do that again. I'm good.
Yeah, I graduated back in November, got my bachelor's, and then in January I started right back for my master's.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I guess I'm a glutton for pain and suffering.
Some people really enjoy the experience. Like, I think my daughter liked college, and my niece loves it. I'm like, that's great. That's good for you guys. I hate it. My university.
Yeah, it's definitely not for everybody.
There's ups and downs to it for sure. And if anybody's listening, I'm not telling you don't go to college, because maybe for what you want to do in life, you have to. But trade school is also a really good option. If I could go back in time, I may have done that different, may have done that. But maybe I wouldn't be here, so who knows? But what's the old phrase? The grass is always greener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I really just need is just some dirt on like Musk or Bezos. So they have to just pay me a couple $100 billion just to go away. That's what I really just need to happen. That would solve literally every problem I have.
If I could go back and do it again, I would become a pirate.
So we are approaching our hour mark, guys, and Fuse, we can barely hear you. Well, I can't hear you.
Yeah. It's, I didn't know if that was him talking or mic feedback. I'm not really sure. It was very quiet.
I think his mic is giving him a little.
It looks like it.
Am I audible?
Very quiet. I heard something, but it was very quiet. Oh no. He disappeared.
Yeah, he jumped out. I think he's going to jump back in.
I like the purple splat on the TV in there. That's really cool. I also noticed, like, earlier when you had, like, my picture big, like, it was right over Rita's butt, so it looked rather comically suggestive. I was like, oh, that's perfect. There we go. Rita would be happy about that. I think you got your Succubus 2 stuff, right, Lola? Because I strictly remember your name on one of the packages. I think they're sent out already.
I have, like... Yeah, I have, like... I got, like, 15 boxes that I haven't opened yet. So, it might be one of them.
You also look like mine return to the warehouse.
Do everything.
Am I audible?
Yeah. I removed everything out of the house, so... in our studio now.
Yeah, my house has become, that's why all this stuff is up, because behind me is just boxes and Geminis and bubble wrap and tape and comics. Everything that wouldn't be as pretty to see on camera. I think my office is also my warehouse. Well, my house is a warehouse now, but still.
That's how it was for us. They were like, no, something's got to give.
Well, you have kids, right?
Kids getting older. I have a son, yeah, he's about to be 13.
Yeah, so
oh, yeah.
I got lucky that my adopted daughter is grown. I don't have to worry about her in the house. So everything in my place is like just mine, minus I have 3 cats, and they will absolutely eat a comic if they can get to it. One of them will. One of them is very guilty. Maybe it's my fault. I named her Nibble, and she decided to take that name to heart. It's like, well, I'm gonna live up to this name, and now anything soft, she will immediately just start chomping on.
Yeah, see, that's your fault. You gave her that name.
Yeah, it's 100% my fault, obviously. Clearly, she decided she's gonna live up to it. My favorite comic in the world.
Fine for now.
Well, I mean, that's a marketable skill, though. That could be a good gimmick. Which also, I appreciate the Volt 10 discount code you guys have, because that has saved me shipping costs several times now. And shipping about 1,000 Geminis to your house is not the cheapest thing in the universe. Like, that helps me out a lot. So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. There is no greater gift than saving money,
you're welcome.
So I'll take that one any day.
That's why we got it. And that is why we have it. So people. So we have about 5 minutes left. So, Mr. Fox, where can everybody find you? Even though we already said,
yes,
but you can repeat.
You guys, it's no problem. We are on Kickstarter right now. For right now, it's Parent number 2 plus Mistress Izumi's Adult Lessons. You can get them packaged together, or one or the other, customized however you want. You can find us on there via Astral Ticket on Kickstarter, ASTRAL, and it's the word ticket. Our website is foxycomics.com with 2 X's, FOXXY, comics.com. You can order any of our works on there. Succubusted 2 is not on there yet because it has not finished distribution. And once a book does not go available to the public until it is distributed to the Kickstarter backers, since you guys put your faith in us, you take priority number 1, you are our main focus. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We just unified all of it at AT Foxy Comics. Wait, hold on, wait. What is our Twitter stuff? You'd think I would know this, but no. This is why I do. Okay, yeah, AT Foxy Comics. So we are on Instagram, Twitter. I don't do the social media myself, so I forget what it's called. Sorry.
Well, I will find all the links and they will be posted.
Thank you, man. I can have them sent to you.
So you don't have to worry about that. Fuse, I know you can't talk. Yeah.
ASL
everyone can find Fuse. Yeah, his Twitter is at Nights Outlaw, and I'll have that information posted as well, as long with the links and everything else, so people can find you guys. Instagram is the same. Nope. Outlaw Nights. Yep. It's reverse. YouTube, Fusebox. I'm not going to say your Facebook because I don't want to say your last name horribly. But I'll post it. And you're laughing at me. Thanks. But I appreciate you guys coming on.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, Fuse.
Always nice to be here. Plus, it being the last couple of days of the campaign, it's nice to get another interview out of the way.
Yeah, Fuse wanted to come on, so I'm like, who else? I saw that when I reached out, you had 10 days left. So I'm like, let me get you on too.
Appreciate that. Yeah, Brooke messaged me a couple of days ago, said, hey, you have a show on Saturday. Need to make sure you're ready for that show that afternoon. Oh, okay. Whatever you say. He pretty much just tells me where I'm going to show up. I felt kind of bad because I had a recent convention where this guy invited me to, like, hey, can you come to my show like at the end of the month? I was like, I have no idea. What do you mean? I have to ask my handler. I don't know what my schedule is. And ultimately, no, I couldn't go. I'm sorry. I don't really pay attention to that too much.
Yeah. Well, on that note, guys, I'm going to wrap up the show, and I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful night.
Take care. Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you, Fusebox. Good luck, sir. Keep kicking butt. I love your story. Of course, I'm partial to space westerns to begin with for a multitude of reasons, so that alone makes me in love with it. So I will get going then, guys. Thank you very much. Please stay safe, and I'll see you.